Bert is an arcade game developed and published for the North American market in 1982. It is a 2D action game with puzzle elements that uses isometric graphics to create a pseudo 3D effect. The objective of each level in the game is to change every cube in a pyramid to a target color by making Bert, the on-screen character, hop on top of the cube while avoiding obstacles and enemies. Players use a joystick to control the character. The game was conceived by Warren Davis and Jeff Lee. Lee designed the title character and original concept, which was further developed and implemented by Davis. Bert was developed under the project name Cubes. Bert was well received in arcades and among critics. The game was one of the most successful video game and is among the most recognized brands from the golden age of arcade games. It has been ported to numerous platforms. The game's success resulted in sequels and the use of the character's likeness in merchandising, such as appearances on lunch boxes, toys, and an animated television show. The Bert character became known for his swearing, an incoherent phrase made of synthesized speech generated by the sound chip, and a speech balloon of nonsensical characters that appear when he collides with an enemy. Programmer Warren Davis wrote that he was inspired by a pattern of hexagons implemented by fellow developer and Mad Planet's designer Kansas Yabumoto. In a different telling, the initial concept began when artist Jeff Lee drew a pyramid of cubes inspired by M.C. Escher. Lee believed a game could be derived from the artwork and created an orange, armless main character. The character jumped along the cubes and shot projectiles, called mucus bombs, from a tubular nose at enemies. Enemies included a blue creature, later changed purple and named Wrong Way, and an orange creature, later changed green and named Sam. Lee had drawn similar characters since childhood, inspired by characters from comics, cartoons, Mad Magazine and by artist Ed Roth. Bert's design later included a speech balloon with a string of nonsensical characters which Lee originally presented as a joke. Warren Davis, who was hired to work on the game Protector, noticed Lee's ideas and asked if he could use them to practice programming randomness and gravity as game mechanics. Thus, he added balls that bounce from the pyramid's top to bottom. Because Davis was still learning how to program game mechanics, he wanted to keep the design simple. He also believed games with complex control schemes were frustrating and wanted something that could be played with one hand. To accomplish this, Davis removed the shooting and changed the objective of saving the protagonist from danger. As Davis worked on the game one night, the game producer's vice president of engineering, Ron Waxman, noticed him and suggested to change the color of the cubes after the game's character has landed on them. Davis implemented a unique control scheme. A four-way joystick was rotated 45 degrees to match the directions of Bert's jumping. Staff members urged for a more conventional orientation, but Davis stuck to his decision. Davis remembered to have started programming in April 1982, but the project was only put on the schedule as an actual product several months later. You can download a remake for Android devices from the link in the video description.